Alright you guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be adding a ground wire to hopefully help, if not completely stop, the hot start issue that is infamous for these Camaros. So if you don't know, my name is Dylan Lustig. This is my 2015 Camaro SS. It is a 5th gen. These cars are infamous for having hot start issues just because of the location of the starter. So the starter is right next to where the exhaust header is, and so it gets heated up and then it doesn't conduct electricity as well, and so hot start issues happen. So we'll talk more about that later in the video. I'm going to show you guys where I've added ground so far. We're going to add another ground today and hopefully that fixes our problem. So far I have added 2 grounds to try and remedy the problem. The first one we did together a couple videos ago, and it's the one that's here in the trunk. So if we look down here, we have our negative battery post, and then this wire here is the wire that we added. So it goes from the battery to the ground over here. And this one helped our problem a little bit, but didn't completely solve it. And the reason I know that that ground wire only kind of helped is because a couple nights ago, I went to go get my girlfriend at McDonald's. I turned the car off. I went inside, got the food, came back to the car, tried to turn it back on. It wouldn't start, and I was stranded. So as I was there contemplating my life decisions in the McDonald's parking lot, I remembered that I bought a couple of these and I had left them in the trunk. So I added another ground wire here up by the engine head, which I'll show you guys right now. So if we come to the driver's side and we peek our head down, we will see our other ground wire is right here. It goes, there's a bolt down there, which I'll try and get you guys a shot of. Right there, you can see on the tip of my finger, there's a bolt right there. I believe that bolt is a 13 millimeter. So it goes from there to the body. There's another bolt down here. I'll try and point to it. You should see on the tip of my finger right there. There's another bolt right there that attaches to the body. That's a 10 millimeter. So I added that wire in the darkness of the McDonald's parking lot. And just like the wire we added in the trunk, the one up here by the head is helping a little bit. I can tell the difference, but it hasn't completely solved our problem. To give the car the benefit of the doubt, it is the middle of the summer in Texas. Most of the time the temperature is up towards the 100-degree mark. So that starter is really in the hardest position it's going to be for the rest of the year. But we're going to add this third ground. We're going to see if it helps a little bit. I know I'm gonna end up just buying a new starter, I already know, and then I'll go ahead and make a video on that. We'll install the starter together and then we'll do some other heat proofing for the starter. But for the time being, I have this extra wire, so we'll just add this extra ground, have 3 grounds, and hopefully it'll hold the car over until we can get that new starter. Alright, so first things first, before we get started working on anything, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect our negative terminal. Which, if you don't know, is just a 10 millimeter. Of course it's a 10 millimeter. And with that disconnected, we'll go ahead and get under the car. So after a couple minutes of messing around, here's what I've got. So we've got our ground wire here where the starter bolt was. It is here, and then it runs back to the bolt that is up here, as you can see. Now on this bolt, there's this little heat grate thing right there. I tucked the wire under the grate, that way it's making direct contact with the chassis, and then put the bolt through. And I tried to tuck as much wire as I could under this factory heat shielding. That way it stays away from the header, and then moving up to here, there's a decent little gap between the wire and the header. So I'm happy with that. Let's get back up on top of the vehicle and let's see if it made a difference. All right, now all that's left to do is to crank it, which we can do. Okay, so it still cranked a little bit slow. I wouldn't say it cranked any faster or slower than what it was doing before. Like I said, I knew I was gonna have to buy another starter, but I wanted to show you guys really in this video the different locations that you can add grounds. So we had the one up by the engine on the driver's side, we have the one in the battery, and then we have this one that we did on the bottom. Another video, I'll update you guys to see if that one on the bottom did any different, but just from that start, it doesn't sound like it helped a lot. Other than that, I am going to be buying a new starter, and then we'll do all of that on a separate video. But for now, I hope you had the little bit of information that I added to you guys' minds. I hope it was helpful. The locations of the grounds. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below for anything, and I'll go ahead and answer them, or you can DM me directly. Other than that, my name is Dylan Lustig. I hope you guys are enjoying that choppy noise in the back, and until next video, I'm out here.